Good morning, beautiful people of planet Earth and all other interdimensional entities. And all sentient beings, because don't forget the birdies and the animals and the insects and everything that lives on this wonderful blue marble of ours that we very often, too often, take for granted. Am I right? But anyway, I got to see some exquisite beauty, all the blues and greens of the ocean yesterday, and nothing soothes my spirit than being near the ocean, because I was raised by the ocean. And although I like where I live, it's a very nice, leafy, hilly suburb, and especially when the sun's shining and the grey that every moron in the neighbourhood has painted their houses and fences doesn't look quite so hideous on a bright sunny day. So but I'm colour sensitive, so I needed to see the beach with the blues and the greens and the sunlight on the wave caplets. It was very healing. In fact, I might even go again soon. Get there at least maybe once a week and just, in the warmer weather especially, have a swim and paddle about at the very least. I didn't paddle yesterday because CPAP is helping my bladder but not helping my lungs. I'm all congested again and nose congested. I hope that goes away because it's very debilitating. But on the other hand, I only got up to pee once last night, and that, my friends, subscribers, countrymen, global watchers, is a good night. So, but I still feel kind of knackered, if that makes sense, because it's been years and years. And I had my telehealth appointment with my urologist this morning. She was so excited for me that the bladder's improving, but I'm kind of worried about that my lungs are not adapting so well to it. But it's only been 12 days, and I'm going to have to persevere for at least the month that the machine's on loan for. And she told me that if my bladder doesn't respond to the CPAP treatment, then the next step will be Botox, just a very low dose, because she fears that I may have retention, and which is not pleasant either, by the way. And so the Botox, she said, might give me at least some reasonable quality of life if should the CPAP fail. So I feel a little bit more relieved and at ease to hear that there's still one more thing we can try. And of course, it all comes down to me continuously, as she said, just keep dancing Tanya every weekend, and continuously healing my own body, mind and spirit. And at the moment it's kind of a battle of wills. I'm having to really tell my body, come on, you can do this, girlfriend. You've been struggling a long time, but you're still alive against the odds. You can do this. You can potentially heal this if you really, really want to. And I really, really want to, because there's so many lovely things happening and around me and that are beautiful and life-affirming and a little bit, exciting. Even if it's only in my own imagination, it goes nowhere. But anyway, Mama T is enjoying every day she has left on this planet, for however long I have left, and that has always been my attitude since early childhood. I'll just get through today, I'll get through a week, I'll get through a month, I'll get through a year. One day I'll be an adult and I'll be in charge of my own life. Oh, that's a trick we tell ourselves as children, not knowing what it really means to be an adult with responsibilities and bills, and in my case often under chronic attack by illnesses and other mortals. But I got through it all. There's no reason why I can't keep getting through this life, and for it to keep unfurling beautifully and getting exponentially better and better and better, because it all starts with up here and in here and down here, you know, all this area being appeased and mollified and satisfied and kept cool and calm and just throttling off a bit. Not peeing all night will mean I get proper rest too. Hallelujah, brother and sisters. Anyway, my mind's very clear, even though I'm a bit tired still. Yes. Anyway, that's a positive note. I'm going to carry on fighting as I've done every day of my life. And sometimes, just sometimes, having fun along the way, as well as not just having to struggle and fight against my own body's strange anomalies. She explained to me, my doctor, that my urologist, that because it's only been 12 days of trialling CPAP, that weird anomaly last Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, when I thought I was going to die, actually, was on my very, very last, most shallow breath, and I was like, oh, well, here we go now, I'm done. She said it may have been a manifestation of my body just coping with and adjusting to CPAP, and kind of, in a way, throwing a bit of a tantrum and recalibrating. I said yes, because the next day, you know, I peed a hell of a lot, and there was no reason for me to have that much fluid in my body. So it was like a rebalancing in my system. And so yes, I'm still astonished by all of that, but I'm also very still astonished that, in spite of that very bad kind of a choking, gasping, asthma type attack with the mask, with the CPAP mask during the night on Thursday morning, that I did my wild dance and fought my wild fight, fighting my way out of that situation. By the gods, you know, I'm a very, very unusual person, and sometimes I amaze myself, to be honest. I don't know how I do things. I guess some of it is physical, and some of it is metaphysical. Oh, Charlie! Oh, don't sneeze in my face. No, I don't sneeze in your face. Says you cough in my face all the time, Mama D. Could have just perched on my hand like a little rook. All right, give me a kiss. Can I have a kiss? Can I? I don't know what I just said. I hope it wasn't rude, because someone who speaks Xhosa will be like, by the gods, I can't believe she just said that. But anyway, I'm not being disrespectful to people who speak Xhosa, but it did come out sounding a little bit like that, didn't it? Oh well. Metaphysical, and I did have a family friend who came from Cape Town in South Africa, but I think he was of the Zulu tribe. I don't think he spoke Xhosa. Do Zulus speak Xhosa? I'm not even sure. Well, there you go. But sometimes I, even in my videos, I notice that I channel little things just out of the blue. It'll come out of the blue, and I'm like, later on, when I review my own videos, after posting, uploading them, I'll sometimes look at it and go, what, Tanya? What? Why did you say that? And you know what? It's very often little pieces of channeling. So sometimes it astonishes me. So where did that come from? But in that moment, it was just me being silly, and then I finished it off with a few tongue clicks. And Charlie understood perfectly, didn't you, Charlie? She's like, yes, Mama too. I knew you were saying, we're going to be okay today. We're going to be happy today. We're going to live our best life today. Okay, we'll carry on. Oh, she did it again. What? You got a cold. It was too windy out there, that's why I brought you back inside. Don't get a cold, Charlie. Birdies should not get colds. What do you think? Show the people that you've got a snotty beak. Don't bite me like that so hard. Yes. There's a bit too much passion going on there, little one. Okay, can you get up on my shoulder now? Get up on my shoulder, that's it, thank you. Good girl. Very good. Very good. You've pulled out all your feathers though, which is very, very bad. Very, very bad. Oh, look at my ancient cardigan. This used to be my mother's. It's about 60 years old. I'm gonna have to patch that elbow. Oh dear goddess. And put a new button on it, because I lost one yesterday. But you know, it's a beautiful woolen cardigan. It's pure wool. You can't get that in Brisbane, Australia. Nobody makes pure wool cardigans anymore. Maybe some people do, but you very rarely find them. Anyway, where was I? Maybe I should knit myself a brand new pure woolen cardigan out of the wool that I spin from the fleece that I carded. I've yet to get my spinning wheel sorted out. But oh well, one day it'll happen, there's no rush. Today's memories of even date, 16th of July, 2023. Oh my goodness. My glasses have all fogged over, Charlie. Ah, there you are. I can see you now. And it is titled Riding the Wave of New Potentialities and Bliss. And today's the current time as we begin this reading is 10:54 a.m. According to my laptop, it's 16 degrees outside. It's quite cold. I can actually feel the cold on my chest. So, yes. Let me just fix this a little bit. This t-shirt's got a little bit too big for me and I don't know why. It's not like I've lost much weight, only about 3 or 4 kilos. I guess that's an inch of fat. But anyway, here we go. I posted a photo, or actually a quote, which I really, really liked. So this is how things ended up being titles or photo titles on my vocal media. If I really liked something, I preserved it, like my mother's old cardigan. Didn't like my mother as much as I liked this cardigan, but it's got a fair bit of mummy manna in it, since it was my mother's and now it's been mine for quite some time. But anyway, here we go. You're a ghost driving a meat-coated skeleton made from stardust. What do you have to be scared of? Indeed. Meat carcasses with ghosts inside made of stardust. As my father, which is the only wisdom he ever gave me that was really of any real value, because he was such a hypocrite. But the one thing he did teach me was there is nothing to fear but fear itself. If you live in fear consciousness, it can absolutely debilitate you beyond belief and make you make very foolish choices. Never make a decision out of fear consciousness. Never, ever, 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 ever. The last 4 years should have taught most people across the planet that, but unfortunately they weren't conscious when they were making that decision by the gods. Stay conscious people of Earth, stay conscious in your own bodies. Stay self-aware. Know thyself. You can't possibly love or know other people unless you truly know thy own self. And it takes a lot of work, a lot of digging deep sometimes, going right down deep into your own consciousness. Lots of dark nights of the soul. Lots of growing and pushing yourself forward and climbing out of the abyss. When you know yourself, your truest self, your innermost stardust self, you fear nothing and no one, and you yield and cede and give in to no one, because you understand that we are all equals under the skies. 16th of July 2023. I slept from about 9 p.m. last night until 7 a.m. utterly exhausted. I had planned on going dancing again last night, but my body had other plans. It's not good. I don't like missing out on my dance. Do we, Charlie? That's right, Bobo. It's a beautiful morning. I feel well rested and resonant. A high vibration in my ears. I feel like taking Beauregard to a beach somewhere. But the air is crisp and my warm bed with the electric blanket is comforting and seductive. I haven't taken Bobo anywhere in weeks or even months, except for our usual walk around the block. I feel a tad isolated, and when he died only 2 weeks later, that was one of my biggest regrets, that I hadn't taken him to the beach, somewhere to a beach, and so he could dig in the sand and paddle in the edges of the tide. And still one of my deepest regrets, that I was just not well enough to have taken him out to the beach. And then he died so dramatically and so suddenly, within 3 days. And anyway, it was all a bit of a shock. And so here's the thing, even though I'm not well, I rang my friend Jared I rang him on Sunday, and I said, Jared, we're going out, put on your coat, put on some clothes, go have a shower, get ready, we're going out. He said, I can't, I've made other plans. But we did go out yesterday on Monday, because I made a decision. Don't defer things, because you never know. Like my little Beauregard, when your number's going to be up, and then you've missed out on all these wonderful experiences. Like, even though I wasn't well enough to go for long walks along the beach yesterday, I still got to, search for sea glass and shells and stones. And we sat by the beach at Raby Bay as well and chatted, and I told him about all my antics on Friday night, Saturday morning, and we had a lovely time, really. And I had to push myself to do it, because I really have not been well. But you just have to continuously live your best life, even if you're not feeling all that well. Although by 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I looked at him, I said, Jared, I have to go home now. I'm actually feeling a bit dizzy and weak. And he went, okay, Tanya. But we'd been out since 11. We met at 11. So, we had a lovely day. And I'm glad. I'm very glad. Spend beautiful, moments with your beloved ones, your true friends and family who love you, for as long as you possibly can, because life's weird and you never know. And so rejoice in the people who are true, and choose to be in your company quite happily, and joyfully and comfortably. So, and yes, I was actually trying to say comfortingly, but it was a bit more of a comfortable. We've been friends, we've been family for, 32 years, so it was very comfortable and sweet. I haven't taken, oh yeah, I read that. I feel a tad isolated, right. So this was 1 year ago. I did attend Crystal's show, Beginning, by David Aldridge on Wednesday evening. Jared and I had pizza at Arrivederci's beforehand. It was delicious. The show was excellent. Then my other outing was going dancing on Friday night. Daniel, my friend Daniel. Oh, I do kind of miss him. He dances at the Live Wire Bar at the casino. Daniel was very affectionate. Far too young for me, by the way. Old enough to be my son. But a very sweet, loving young man. He hugged me a couple of times. I hugged him back, but called him Bub to remind him of our age difference, I suppose. Yes, Mama T does that. It's little ways of keeping everyone within their little parameters, keep everything kosher and safe. Here I write, you have to laugh. I should stop doing that, sabotaging the few rare birds that actually seem to adore me, who consistently approach me, tell me they love me and are affectionate without sexual agendas. Like he and I could have been, closer friends by now, but I didn't want to lead him on and let him think that I wanted something sexual with him given our rather large age difference. But I fear entrapment into yet another heartbreaking, grinding down, illusory, false attachment. And to be fair, that young man had only ever been sweet and kind to me in the last 4 or 5 years since I met him at the casino. I really didn't have to worry about him getting seedy with me or wanting some seedy attachment. It's only my own doubts and fears and anxieties of keeping myself safe and pristine and saving myself for the one, or the one never came, like Godot. And anyway, it's all good. I had to maintain some kind of slight distance there, and it's all good. And anyway, I don't see him anymore because I left that space after the viciousness when my dog died. So it's all good. It's all very, very good. But I think of him with fondness. He was a nice young man. Ironically, German background too. His father was German. Nearly blew my mind when he told me that. I thought he was Irish. Just shows you can never tell. But anyway, nice lad. Very nice, heartfelt lad. 16th of July 2021. I'm very happy with my newly installed blind. It kept the room much darker, and I am pleased with my efforts cutting it to size and the schmozzle of screwing in the hardware. One screw bent completely. Grrr. Don't know what that was about. I have sore shoulders and joints from forcing the issue. C'est la vie. Still in 2021, I wrote, I see there has been severe flooding in Germany, Belgium and the Netherlands. Stay safe, Brechtje, and all my other European friends. It's truly horrific. Brechtje wrote back, thank you. It's in the south of the Netherlands, but it is a small country. I live above the rivers, as they say here. It is an enormous flooding due to extraordinary rainfall. Yesterday there were already about 50 deaths. Shocking. And I wrote back, glad you are safe. And she wrote back, sweet that you're checking on me. Well, I mean, that's what you do when you have friends all over the world and you hear that they're having, some kind of natural disasters or some kind of other disasters impending. You want to make sure that they're safe. It's called being human and actually caring and not being in your own myopic, selfish little world and keeping your head down and letting everything fly over your head and being completely choosing to be unaware. So said, be aware, be self-aware, but be globally aware too, because we are all ultimately interconnected and one, especially with the internet. There's no excuse for not checking on your friends when with a little few taps on a few buttons, you can say, hey, how's it going? You okay over there? And they can write back, as long as they haven't lost power. Yeah, we're okay. That's the great gift of the internet, is it not? Keeping us in constant communication with each other. 16th of July 2020, 11:11 a.m. Riding the wave of new potentialities and celebrating my bliss. He badly needs a bath. Hopefully it's a nice day tomorrow. Oh, my beautiful boy. He's just looking at me like, meh, shmeh, mama. Alrighty then, where are we now? 16th of July. Gonna have to go and get some Ventolin. Maybe not. Oh, yuck. Coughed up something that tasted salty. I'm positive it's from having my airways forced open all night, that my throat and my chest are really reacting, because that was salty, man. Not happy, Jan. But I will survive and I will thrive and I'll jive turkey in my hide till the day I can't dance anymore. And so it is, so it shall always be. Holding on while letting go. Spiraling up, spiraling down, finding the 0 point field. Everything's zen. I'm repeating that. That's day 3. I've repeated that now. I like it a lot. Everything, 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 everything. Zen. Yes. Back in the room. 16th of July 2019. Holy hell, day 21. I've bathed the dog and blow-dried him and just completed vacuuming the house, which was epic. This will be day 21 since the surgery. Sore side, but I pushed myself through. Now it's time to sit in the sunshine with a cup of tea and recover from all that effort. The floors still need mopping. Shakes head. My friend Kellyanne, who I still haven't heard from and I still worry has passed on beyond this realm. I hope you are healing. I sure wish I was. Oh, dear goddess. I just got back from Woolies. Carrying groceries was torture. Stomach now very sore. Even driving hurts my stomach. I guess in a few more weeks it will improve, ? Then I posted a meme. Rate of drug-induced deaths on the rise. New report finds. Probably more likely suicides after systemic abuse. And also, what? And also after surgery support in our public pubic hospitals. I really had a dark attitude towards hospitals after that event. Then along came COVID and it got even darker. What's that song by Leonard Cohen? Some Like It Darker? Well, anyway, we mustn't think about that. It's a beautiful day. We're alive. I'm drug-free. I told my psychiatrist. I told my beautiful, talented, very clever urologist that I took myself off the sulfenacin, it wasn't working. And you know what? I actually think that's why I'm feeling better mentally and in my spirit, not being on any medications apart from the Ventolin and the Seretide and the vitamin D. I actually feel slightly better, but it's taken me weeks to flush all that stuff out. And she meant well. I mean, it's her job. It's her job to fix the bladder with whatever treatment du jour, you know. But medications don't usually work on me, and it's proof again that it didn't work. So, oh dear Goddess, I pray to all that is, was, and ever shall be, that the CPAP resolves itself in the next few weeks, and I don't have this fucking congestion and chestiness, and that it fixes my bladder, because I don't really want to have to take Botox internally. I really don't want it. You know, a bit of a facelift would be nice. Pull all this up. But no, I don't even want Botox to inject into my face. I don't want it. I don't want poisons put inside me. I don't want any toxins, really. I've survived toxic shock syndrome. Not literally. You get that from dirty tampons, by the way. But I've survived the emotional, mental equivalent of TSS for fucking decades with my rotten family. So can imagine why I don't want any more toxic loads ever. I want to be surrounded in love and beauty meaning loving kindness and goodness and sweetness and natural beauty when I go to the beach. I want to be surrounded in things that are edifying and life affirming and healing and sweet and kind. I've had enough crap. Enough. It's been enough. Pardon me. Here I write, still in 2019, don't you dare ever get sick or vulnerable in Australia, mate. If they can't fuck you, they treat you like an animal and leave you for dead. Indeed they do. If you have the chutzpah to say no to abusive husbands, lovers, doctors, and Big Daddy the state, they leave you to recover on your own post-surgery. And if you're stupid like me, you keep choosing life and they keep grinding you down. Well, to some, yes, I received an apology, thank you. That might seem like a leap, but I call it an inability of humanity to stand up for the poor, marginalised and disenfranchised, and as an actual fact, A, in big letters, fucking disgrace. I stepped up to the mark for so many of my homegrown abusers in their time of need. I did indeed. My mother, my stepfather. I refused to step up to the mark for my own father, however, but people have a human right to get adequate, timely medical treatment, not be left to die of sepsis of the kidneys like my father was in that home in Shepparton. They murdered him. He had a human right. But anyway, it is what it is. Unworthy, contemptible, paedophile scum, all of them, my family of origin. All of them. The women were enablers and the men were predators. But when it is my turn to face serious illness, no one except Lynn and Jared, who was moving house, even bothered to check on me in real life. This nation is evil at its core. I will watch it burn with smug satisfaction. And I do get a lot of support now. I do. I've had support from, the IWA, the Islamic Women's Association of Australia. Caseworker sends me a rati to clean once a week. She just does the bathroom and the floors. So I still need to do the rest, but it's still a huge help. And, my psychiatrist, as always, fights for me, keeps me in therapy and looks after me as best as he can. And he even organised my wonderful urologist to try and resolve that issue. And, that's all because of my psychiatrist's advocacy and fighting for me, by the way. So here it is, people of Earth. I'm cared for and looked after by at least one mortal man. My government thought, oh, she's all alone and isolated. We'll just keep crushing her until she gives up, because we know she's a suicidal candidate. She's done that before. So I'll just keep putting pressure and the screws on till you give up, right? Not again. It won't be happening again. Now what's going on here? Get off my screen. I'm trying to read to my YouTube subscribers and watchers. My friend Kellyanne wrote back, I hear you. Should see what's being said and done to people in WA. If you're not on the East Coast, apparently you don't meet the minimum requirements to be classified as human and therefore don't qualify as human to be protected under United Nations or Australian human rights law. We are no higher up the rungs for any basic rights, animal or human, than the kangaroos I see routinely being mowed down by land developers and for fun by motorists whenever they happen to be between some attractive looking parcel of land and the selfish human bastard with a murder mobile that decides he wants to take that tiny scrap of land left for himself so he can profit from further misery-inducing human overpopulation and or overcrowding on land that was never suited to producing the resources that would be required by that many more humans. And I replied, I just try to breathe and vaguely hope for the best. And yes, it is delusional, both the breathing and the hoping. And yet here I am, 5 years later, still breathing, or as per my usual style, not particularly well, and still hoping, as ever, majestically, for my beautiful life to begin. And it has begun. I've seen the tiny, tiny flutterings of it. So it has actually begun, but I just have to relax, receive, believe, achieve, and let it all conceive. Do you like how I just made that up on the spot? And watch it relieve and retrieve what's left of my dignity and keep dancing my dance and perchancing my chance waiting for my true lover man to appear in my life and show me he's real and authentic and chooses me, and in time. Meanwhile, I've got to fix this situation with my bladder and my lungs so I can actually have a partner in my life, because otherwise it's just, well, it'll just be a weird start to things, watching me gasping with like a rhinoceros beetle. And how did I put it the other day? Like a female Ganesha all night long. Anyway. Dear goddess. You kind of have to laugh. If you don't laugh, you'd cry. You really would. And I've cried oceans. Anyway, here we go. 16th of July, 2018. I had a lovely day and evening with Jared and Crystal. Jared fixed my washing machine, replaced the seal. Thank you, Jared. Then the three of us went to IKEA, and after that we had dinner at Feast. I had a lovely afternoon and evening with Jenny on Sunday also. Life is good. Time to sleep now. Lila Tov Kulam. That means good night, everyone. 16th of July, 2017. Oh, bless. Oh, bless. It's hard to see the whole photo, but I'll try. There's Charlie and Beauregard between my legs while we're grounding on our sacred space garden. Grounding on the earth, our mother, our only true and most devoted